What names come to mind when you think of high school basketball in the state of Indiana? Larry Bird, Oscar Robertson, Bobby Plump, or maybe even Damon Bailey. Those are the names many would think of first. But for a state so rich in its history of high school basketball, the beauty is that so many names can be on that list. The name Chris Johnson, a name that might not ring at the same level as Bird or Robertson in Indiana lore, worked his whole life to get to a place where his name would be etched in stone forever as a state championship winning coach. That journey for Coach Johnson started at a young age. He grew up in southern Indiana, where basketball could not have been bigger.
I've always loved the game of basketball. I mean, I remember years and years ago, we had a basketball court which was called Down in the Valley. I lived in Brookville, Indiana. And we would have, I would say, anywhere from 18 to 25 people playing basketball every night till 9 o'clock at night. And that's, it was just a love of mine.
He was never sure what he wanted to do until he saw his brother coaching at South Bend LaSalle. Then he knew it was his dream.
My older brother, Mark, he was an assistant coach at South Bend LaSalle. And South Bend LaSalle was playing Plymouth in the final game of the semi-state. And the crowd, the atmosphere was here in Fort Wayne. And I just, I grew in love with it. I saw my brother and how much fun he was having. And I just said to myself, that's something that I want to do. And I love to play the game of basketball. And that got me into wanting to teach the game of basketball by watching that atmosphere.
See what they can do off of it. Look for that. Look for Teddy on the corner. You got to communicate on the defense. You got to give him one shot opportunity.
Like most others, Coach Johnson has a reason for why he continues to coach other than winning. But for him, it seems like it's a little different from everyone else.
I'm a competitor. I love to compete. I love to teach the game of basketball. I love the game of basketball. I think it's a great sport. I love to prove people wrong.
And in March of 2015, that's what he did.
2 seconds, 1 second. The Spartans are state champions. It's over. It's over. The Spartans are state champions. For the first time in school history, they have won a state championship.
I highly recommend it. It's something that, I think of on a daily basis. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of times, I'll pull up a little bit of game film from last year on YouTube and watch a little bit to get that fire.
Although he's known as a player's coach, assistant coach Nick Ankenbrook and junior center Brandon Durnell know what the expectations are.
I don't think just because we won state last year, that's really our expectation every year is to win.
He's always had high expectations for the team, for me as a single player, for everyone as a single player, and expects you as a player to meet those expectations.
Take advantage of it. Show them tonight what Homestead basketball is made of. Take it to them. Let's go.
Despite having over 300 wins in his career and a state championship under his belt, Coach Johnson doesn't want to dwell on the past. He wants to look forward and win today.
I want to make sure that each and every day we are playing at our highest potential. Yes, we reached the pinnacle as far as last year, but now, we want to continue that success with, each and every year, and hopefully, I have anywhere from 5 to 10 more years left of coaching, and hopefully we can win another one.
In a state so immensely filled with high school basketball history like the state of Indiana, the name Chris Johnson may not be remembered in the same way as the Oscar Robertsons or Larry Birds of yesteryear, but make no mistake, for the players and coaches who have worked under his direction and for the entire Homestead High School community who have witnessed his era of dominance on the sideline, you better believe the name Chris Johnson will always be remembered.